Endpoint Stones.
My name is Malice with Do Androids Dance, and we're here with Bro Safari.
Hello.
On tour here at Revolution in Fort Lauderdale. So, how's the tour going so far?
It's awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I don't know
No,
what
I
you're
mean, it's just, all the shows have been really good.
Yeah.
We've been doing a lot of markets that we wouldn't normally play in,
Okay.
and that's cool, like smaller towns.
Okay.
And it's interesting doing those, like, you know, during the week and then the bigger cities on the weekend, because, you know, it's like a run-up to, like, the bigger crowds. But
Yeah.
I've been having a blast with the smaller venues, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun.
Cool. What has been, like, your memorable stops so far?
Dallas was really good. Last night in Orlando was crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I've heard from,
Yeah.
like, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really good. And I know you recently went on like a little mini side tour with Skrillex and
Yeah.
Valentino Khan. How was that?
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just really inspiring.
Yeah, I know Nappy went and checked you guys out in New York, so...
Yeah, we hung out for a bit.
Yeah.
No, it was really cool. It was just really inspiring, super positive.
Yeah.
Learned a lot.
Yeah.
It was cool.
How has it been, like, as far as the differences between being on a tour bus and... as opposed to flying airports?
Flying,
Yeah.
I never want to fly again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just so much better because, you know, after the show I can literally just go to bed.
Yeah.
Or, you know, unwind. Like, I don't have to worry about waking up and, you know, at 7 a.m. to catch a flight.
Yeah.
And then dealing with the airport. I mean, whatever. It's not like it's terrible to do, but
Yeah.
this versus that, I would go with this
Yeah.
any day. Yeah.
How about the ability to hang out with fellow artists?
Well, that's obvious. That's like the main perk.
Yeah.
You know, so I just been having a blast with everybody.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's just like a road trip with your friends.
Yeah,
and We
definitely.
happen to just get to play music and
Yeah.
meet a bunch of people.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Have you guys done any collaborations while on the bus or anything?
Yeah. On the first half of the tour, Et Cetera was on, and he and I did a remix for Subfocus.
Okay.
Which comes out soon, I think. And we did that all on the bus. And right now, I'm working on a tune with Tortoro and
Okay.
Franken.
Awesome.
A remix of a Jet and John's song.
Okay, cool.
Just like stumbled across the stems on the flight out here, and I was like, oh, I've had these for a year and a half.
Yeah.
And just threw it together. So
Cool.
it's cool. Yeah, like bouncing ideas back and forth. Like I'll just sit there, work on it, and then, you know,
Cool.
fuck off somewhere else.
Yeah.
Work on it. Yeah.
That's something that I see that you do a lot. You collaborate a lot
Yeah.
with your friends.
Totally.
How is the process during that? Like,
I mean, it's different with everybody.
Yeah.
You know, everybody has a different workflow, and you know, I collaborate with UFO more than anybody.
Yeah.
And he and I use different programs, so usually I'll start something and send him a pack of stems.
Yeah.
He'll work on it, do his thing, send it back, and I'll just wrap it up.
Yeah.
You know?
Cool.
Yeah.
As far as like working with different artists and everything, like, do you feel like you get more inspiration that way?
Yeah,
Or
totally.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I grew up playing in bands,
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, standing in a room, you know, with a couple guys with guitars and drum kits, whatever, like, there's just something that happens there when you get into it and start jamming and working
Yeah.
on songs, and it's hard to replicate that with dance music when you're sitting in front of a computer.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's no instruments in the room. And I feel like lately that's kind of like I'm starting to get into that vibe. You know,
Okay.
being able to actually just like make stuff happen really
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, the main goal.
Yeah,
for me.
definitely.
Like not to overthink stuff and just
Yeah, that's
pump it out.
a
Yeah.
problem I have all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's when you start to make music, do you say like, okay, I'm gonna make this kind of track, or do you kind of like experiment a little bit and see what comes out of it, or like what
really
is your
depends.
approach when you're in the
like,
studio?
It depends, but I mean, sometimes I go in with a very specific idea.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if I want to make like a Moombahton song, I'm gonna make a Moombahton
Yeah.
song. But sometimes and most of the time I just open a sequencer, start, you know, putting ideas down,
Yeah.
and I'll wind up changing the tempo 5 times before I find the sweet spot.
Yeah.
And then stick with that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I know last time we talked, which was in Orlando when you went to Takeover, you had mentioned that your studio was away from home and you were really looking to bring a studio at your home.
Yeah.
Have you done that yet? Or?
It's almost finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, building one in my backyard. It's
Oh,
just
that's
taking
awesome.
yeah, it's awesome. It's just taking forever.
Yeah. Is there anyone, as far as like any artists out there, you are like dying to collaborate with?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to like, you know, come up with a name off the top of my head because there's so many people that I think are making cool stuff. And right, you know, I've been collaborating with this young guy, Jesse Slater.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think he's great. Like, he's definitely going to be really big. Jay Faye, I really want to like lock down a collaboration with him.
Yeah.
Jackal from Toronto, I think. There's just tons of people.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know.
And are those all collaborations in the works, or?
No, I've been working with Jesse Slater, but Jay Faye and I have, you know, swapped files a few times and nothing clicked, and we're both kind of like perfectionists, and if it's not right, we just trash it. So,
yeah.
And Jackal, we haven't started anything, but I'd love to.
Yeah.
Jackal.
Jackal. Is there any like advice you would give to any like young aspiring producers out there? Like say like Jesse Slater, like he's
yeah, no,
you know.
I mean, I think, you know, the main thing is keeping your perspective in check and not losing focus, because it's really easy right these days to become overwhelmed with the social media aspect of, you know, being a producer.
Yeah.
Everybody feels like they have to have this many likes or followers, and I get it. You know, like I've spent time in that frame of mind, but the music should always speak for itself. So it's about work ethic and perspective, you know, keeping your head down and just working.
Yeah.
You know, and if nobody's paying attention, just keep doing it until somebody does, and eventually, you know, it'll work out if you have the chops to do it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
As far as getting people to notice, do you think it's important to send your music out to people you look up to, or
You know, I mean, I sent out music for a long time and didn't hear back, you know, even from like close friends.
Yeah.
You know? But I didn't take it personally. It was just like I just need to get better.
Yeah,
you know?
I hear you.
And then eventually it just kind of comes around.
Yeah.
I think. You know,
do you feel it's like something that kind of clicks with time, as far as?
Yeah, I mean, persistence is key. You know, if you don't, I look at it like, you know, it's a 9-to-5 job, or, you know, when I was really getting this project off the ground, I was waking up at 7 a.m. and working as long as I possibly could until I went to sleep. You know, if I was sitting on the couch, I had headphones on working. And, so yeah, I mean, it's just persistence and sticking with it.
Yeah, definitely.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Two and point stunts.